about some reselling strategies that buying and selling in person. As many of you know, we've been kind of on lockdown for a while, and now the weather is getting nice, and some states around the United States and in other areas of the world are starting to open up due to, vaccines getting out there and just various different things. And so I wanted to talk about some in-person selling and buying strategies that I utilize, and then I would love for a good Q&A back and forth. Paul's going to join me in a second too, because he's definitely more of the in-person buying guy. I like to do a lot of the, purchasing and sorting through items online rather than in person, and so he's going to address that aspect. But if you guys have some tips and tricks, please feel free to shoot it out to this reseller community. I love this to be a good Q&A back and forth. If you are online and you don't exactly have anything to, maybe you're new to the reselling world and you don't have anything to really add, please just give us a shout out. Let us know you're here. Give us a thumbs up on the video, just so that we know that you're present and accounted for. If you would like to buy Paul a Coke or me a coffee, feel free to utilize that super chat option where you can donate, $1, $2, $5, or whatever, just because you're enjoying the content that is available today. Paul will be reading all of your comments off of his phone as soon as he sits down. He's just getting that all set up from behind the scenes and checking to make sure we're in frame and all that fun stuff. So, we're hoping that this is a good video for you guys, since it's starting to get a little bit warmer. Now, I've got family in Michigan. I know not everywhere is warm. It's still February. I know Michigan is kind of buried under some snow. North Dakota, South Dakota, one of my customers just said they got 9 inches of snow in one day, which is awesome. But they're used to that in that area. And so we definitely want a big shout out and say hello and all of that. Was that a good Coke?
It is.
All right. Paul, everyone.
Hello, everybody.
So he's going to be reading some of your comments, and we're going to, the things that I'd like to cover as far as in-person is we are definitely going to cover some flea market, garage sale, thrifting, that kind of stuff. But, we would love to know your unique things that you guys do in your area that's specific to where you live.
Very good. Pam Pilgrim writes, Paul, all my packages have arrived. Thanks.
Nice.
That's good. Because U.S. Post Office has been very slow.
Yeah, we've had I had one customer who received last week's fire sale order, and then 2 fire sales ago, she still hasn't received the other one because it was shipped, or maybe it was an order off the store that they chose priority mail.
Yeah. And
priority mail seems to be running about a week at the minimum behind, sometimes even 2 weeks behind. So we heard from our post office guy that it seems like it's getting delayed at the major distribution hubs.
Yep.
Everything's kind of just slowing down there.
Hopefully they'll get things sorted out. You can't blame it on Christmas anymore,
I recommend, if you're going to buy off my store, go UPS.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you can. I mean, I know sometimes it's just cheaper to go.
But it's strange because Amazon's doing theirs and people are getting their packages pretty close to
but Amazon is not shipping through the post office anymore. They have their own vehicles.
They go to the post office, then those vehicles pick up from there.
Yeah.
Anyway.
So.
Okay, Janet Hook says, hi from Mama Hooks. Hello, Mom.
Hi.
Stephanie says, hello in a rainbow.
Nice.
It's the first rainbow I think I've ever seen.
I know. I don't know how to do
on
all
here.
that.
That's amazing, Stephanie. Pam Pilgrim says hi to Janet. Sunshine Badges and More says, hello, I am here live in person.
Awesome.
And she says, I took the day off today, so wonderful. She says, yay, Amazon up here is super fast. Love me my Prime. Yeah.
Yes.
That's most people do. Steely Giggles says, hello. Hello, Steely Giggles.
Do you giggle? At a joke?
Maybe she's made of steel. You don't know.
Could be.
Okay, so what is our topic?
All right, so we're basically going to do a reseller Q&A on buying and selling strategies in person. So we've been I think last time we talked about selling online and all the different platforms that you can utilize to sell online. So I would recommend, if you have not seen that, we go over multiple different platforms. So just go back and check out the live Q&A from last week if you're interested in the different platforms that I use, and I kind of go over a lot of pros and cons of each.
Right.
But today we wanted to talk about a little bit of the in-person selling because that's definitely something that I feel like is very beneficial for our business. And there's just some things you just flat can't sell online. You know, they just won't move online, whether it be the size, whether it be the style, whether it be a specific item that people need to kind of put their hands on and investigate before they're willing to buy it.
Shipping usually is a big deal.
Yeah, so a lot of the larger items for sure.
Yeah.
Like if you are a person who rehabs furniture, you know, clearly that's not something you can ship. I know we made an attempt at shipping some of the cocoa bombs, and they were a bomb because some of them broke in shipping. So
yeah, fantastic cocoa bombs.
Yeah, so she basically sells everything in person, and either does deliveries or they come pick it up. And so there's certain things that you just can't sell by shipping it.
Sure.
So
I guess, if you will, it's a two-parter. Selling the item in person, and then also think, if you're a reseller, how can you utilize sourcing from that too? I think that's a good thing to consider. Now, this is probably a little bit more if you're first starting out, or if you're kind of in a rut where it's just like all of your wholesalers and liquidators, you're just striking out at that time. Then it's time to do this. And I do the same thing. If I hop online and I can't find pallets to buy or boxes to buy, I start thinking about, okay, maybe it's time to go, to Goodwill.
Go to the Goodwill bins.
The Goodwill outlet. Just spice things up and do something different, Anyway. So I guess the crossover one we wanted to talk about is Facebook Marketplace.
Yeah, so that is an online but in-person selling. Facebook Marketplace is a great place to sell those large pieces of furniture, the machinery that's specific, because people can come and inspect it themselves, set up an appointment with you, but it is reaching more people than maybe something like a garage sale. Garage sale is you hope they see their sign or the ad in the paper, and you hope they come. But with Facebook Marketplace, you can utilize those yard sale sites and reseller sites, and you'll be able to reach out to more people. But it is a local kind of thing. I think Facebook Marketplace does do shipping. I've not personally shipped through them because I can utilize my own website to do so. Right. But I know that there have been people that have been pleased with the way that goes. But yeah, so definitely posting things on there, doing meetups, things like that is a really handy thing when dealing with unique items.
Exactly. Thinking about sourcing from Facebook Marketplace, I have known folks. We've had people hop online and give us their strategies that they use Facebook Marketplace as a sourcing platform. Because a lot of people, they just want it out of their garage. They just want it out of their home. So they're like, $20. They'll throw it on there. And you'll know that's worth far more than $20, but you might have to sit on it longer. And surprisingly, it's not always like big exercise pieces of equipment on Facebook Marketplace, or something that's unshippable. Sometimes it's very small things like video games and clothing and various other things. And the price that they're wanting it, they're giving it or just trying to get it out of their life. And a lot of people will source on Facebook Marketplace. It's low fees, of course. Sometimes you can even offer something lower than what the person has asked for, and they'll gladly take it. And then they turn around and they flip it on some other online platform. Again, don't rip people off. That's not what you should be doing, especially Facebook Marketplace. It's most likely somebody in your community, so really
it's
bad
your
to be
neighbor.
Ripping them off.
Don't rip off your neighbor.
Yeah. But think about it. Hop on Facebook Marketplace in your area. And then it is kind of regional, I would say.
Yeah, and you can search for video games, and you can even search for new video games. Like, they have filters, so you can filter for condition and all that kind of stuff, and how far away of a drive is it, and, you can even bundle if the person's selling multiple items. You can say, hey, what else do you have for sale? If I'm going to make the trip to your house to pick it up, what else do you have for sale? And you might be able to get a good deal just simply because it's kind of a one-stop shop for that particular person.
Very good. Okay, before we keep moving on, let's see. Tina Welch says hello from Georgia.
Hello.
William says hello from sunny North Indiana.
It is sunny out.
It's sunny here for us.
We had to close the blinds behind us because it's so sunny.
Boy, it's nice. I can already tell people's moods, even at church, have swung up a little bit, you know, just seeing the sun.
Soaking up some vitamin D.
There's something to that for sure.
Yep.
Something to that for sure. Plus all the snow is melted in our area. That feels good too. Sunshine Badgemore says, you are a bit unfocused. I know. I'm sorry. We're just a little grainy. I think it came on when I walked into frame, but so without me shutting down the stream, there's no guarantee I can fix it. Let's see. Steely Giggle says, my son's middle name, and yes, Giggles is my nickname. Linda Kelly says, hello from sunny Alabama. Roll Tide. Julie Rowley says, hi from Southwest Missouri. Kelly Helms says, hi from sunny North Carolina. Tina Welch says, roll Tide, Linda Kelly. That's a regional thing for sure, right?
It is.
Gwendolyn Morgan says, hello to you both. Lisa Brewer says, hello from Canton, Georgia. Gwendolyn Morgan says, can you buy a pallet for yourself? Can you buy a pallet for yourself?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's a lot of people that they buy. I know some people that are viewers of mine that they'll buy a case or a pallet and then they just sell the rest of the leftovers to someone else.
Or donate it.
Or donate it. And so absolutely, you don't have to have, there's a lot of liquidators you don't have to have a reseller's license for. I don't think you need one for bulk. Speaking of bulk, you thought we forgot about them, but we didn't. We're going to buy we bought some bulk pallets.
I did. Last night I purchased 4 bulk pallets. And the reason I did that is to try to get the shipping down. I think the shipping to our home for one pallet was $280 to ship it, which really puts it, you know, the pallets I was looking at, we could make some money, but you know, you always want to make more money when you're looking at a pallet. But I feel pretty comfortable with the pallets. 1 is brand new and 3 are uninspected returns. But what I can tell from the box, it doesn't look like it's total trash. We're going to find out when we get them, of course. But the shipping got worked down when I purchased 4. They give you discounted shipping every time you buy another one.
Now, this is buying all from the same warehouse.
Yes.
That's a biggie. You have to remember to do that.
If you get on the bulk website and you look on, like there's a left-hand column, you can search for the warehouse. So, you know,
like filter and only
play around with that a little bit, and it's pretty easy, you know. So this one is the closest warehouse to us. So it was $280 for one pallet. It got down to $92 a pallet, which is pretty amazing.
Yeah.
So
looking
forward to getting them.
Yeah, a lot cheaper than their flat rate they used to have.
Been a long time since I ordered a pallet from bulk.com. So now we'll see when they finally get to us, you know. So
really, it's because we cleaned up the other side of the warehouse.
We
actually have space.
Well, we've blown through the 888 lots pallets. And now, right now, with 888 lots, they've got pallets I would love to buy. They're just like 104 pallets. I'm like, oh my word, I don't have space for 104 pallets.
I wish we did.
So they would be fantastic. We make good money, but
we still have one more pallet left, though. We haven't gotten through all of them. We still have one more 888 lots pallet, so we'll sprinkle that in there.
Yep.
They just take so long to go through because there's so much stuff,
a lot of time,
which is amazing. But
we might try to do that next week. So Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday.
Yeah.
We might try to do that. But so I have some 88 lots boxes coming. I ordered a bunch of new knives, various other things. Yep. Okay, let's see here. Wayne Trading Company says, hello from Northern Illinois. Sunshine Badges and More says, son, question mark.
She lives in Canada, that's why.
I'm sorry, Sunshine. Steely Giggle says,
she is the sunshine.
That's right. Steely Giggle says, I'm wanting to start. How big should I start?
Okay, so
go slow, my friend.
Go slow because everything is going to take twice as long the first time you do it. So
don't go into debt.
Yeah, I just set aside a specific amount of money and know that that's all the money you get, and make sure that you just reinvest it after it's done. So we had initially started with about $300. And instead of paying ourselves, we just, let's say we made $600, we just reinvested it and was able to buy more product and reinvested it and reinvested it and reinvested it until we actually got to the point where we're like, hey, we can actually take some of this money for ourselves and still have enough to buy more products. So Starting small, I would recommend, this is actually a good topic to talk about for someone who's beginning, because in person buying is probably the least risky of all.
Yep.
Because you're basically going to take your eBay app and your Amazon app, and you're going to go to the store and you're going to scan it and go, oh, okay, this particular item on the clearance aisle is selling for $2, but I know I can sell it on eBay for $12. So there's $10 of profit right there. So that's the really nice thing about in-person buying, is every single purchase is on purpose, and then you don't have all this leftover stuff. Now, if you do want to buy liquidation, you got to get a little bit creative with some of the things that you maybe are restricted in selling or don't exactly know how to sell. Bundling is a good way, which we're going to talk about, something that we're going to offer you guys on the store as a major discounted thing here in this video. So make sure you stay tuned. We will talk about it. That's why these boxes are stacked next to me. But I would recommend in-person buying and utilize those apps, such as your eBay app, and do the completed listing, so you know not what it's just listed for, but what is it actually selling for. Because there's plenty of people, like I could list my half-drink cup of coffee on eBay and say it's $1,000. Yep. Is that ever going to sell? No, but if I hit completed listings, I can see, did it sell? When was the last time it sold? And for how much it sold for. So that's always utilize that completed listings filter on the eBay app if you're looking up prices. That'll just give you a ballpark.
And Amazon, if like you go to a garage sale and you're scanning items to put on Amazon, first off, really consider only shipping stuff to Amazon that's brand new. I know that you can do that is used, but the amount of returns that you'll get back and issues that can pop up with it, you kind of need to have done it for a while before you start doing that.
It also sits there for a long time, because all the new products on Amazon get the buy box, which means they're going to sell before yours if it's used.
But on Amazon, when you have the Amazon Seller app, not just the Amazon app, but the Amazon Seller app, it's free. You can download it.
Well, it comes with your seller account. You have to have a seller account. Yep.
But you don't pay a separate fee for that.
Right.
So you scan the item, it tells you the sales rank. And think of it like golf. You want it to be the lowest number. Mm-hmm. So if you scan something and it's number 1, that thing will sell immediately. Buy it and you will make profit. If it's 5 million sales rank, yeah, it has sold before, but it sold months ago.
Also, I do have an Amazon Seller app series, so if you're not sure how to utilize the Amazon Seller app, once you get your Amazon Seller account, go ahead and check out. It's a 3-part series where I literally walk you through the desktop or the phone version of how to utilize the Amazon Seller app. And I usually just recommend going around your house and scanning anything with a barcode and just messing around with it before you go out into a store to hunt for product.
Perfect.
So
let's see here.
Got some questions?
Wayne Trading Company says, hello from Northern Illinois. Let's see here. Where was I down at there? Okay, the Phoenix says, do liquidators ever have camping items? Yes, they're in the sporting goods category.
Yep.
So if you've been skipping over sports, you're like, oh, I don't want to know that kind of stuff. That's where they put their camping, usually.
Yeah, they'll do sleeping bags, they'll do tents, they'll do, various different
camping,
things.
Everything.
Yeah, flatware, all that kind of stuff will end up in sporting goods.
Deborah J.K. says, hi to you both. A long time no see.
Hey, good to see ya.
Wayne Trading Company says, question, do you have a step-by-step outline for creating your first FBA shipment?
I have a video.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I have some video walkthroughs, so check out my how-to section on my videos. Should be able to find it there. If
on
not,
YouTube here.
Yeah, on YouTube. So if you can't find it, then go ahead and let me know. I'll try to shoot you the link.
Kathleen Clare says, good afternoon from Rumford, Rhode Island.
Nice. Hello.
Eileen Robinson says, hi, Heather and Paul.
Hello, hello.
Let's see. William says, reselling is a marathon, not a sprint. Yes, sir. Yes, sir, it is. Let's see. Nancy Fell says, hello from Florida. I am planning on going to the ASD show in Orlando. Super excited. We are too.
We are too.
Maybe we'll get to see Nancy Fell. Hopefully we'll get to see you, Nancy.
Nancy Fell, we might get to see you.
Yeah.
You'll have to come find us because I don't know what you look like.
Yeah. We've met people before when we go to different places.
Yep.
Charles Bennett says, hi, everyone. Tina Welch says, I have heard on eBay you can only list a couple of items when you start before they will let you sell more. My concern is finding an item or two that will move quicker. Do you have any suggestions?
Okay, so that is true. When
We
you
have a whole list.
Yes, we do have a whole list. Yes, on hookedonpickin.com, you go to my reseller guides, and I have my reseller checklist. That will have an eBay one on what to look for, and then we also have one that you can find, like it's got 80 different items on the thrift store. So it's a digital download, so it's immediately basically in your email as soon as you order. The other thing that I would say is, yes, they do limit you when you first start out your eBay account. Now, if you've had an eBay account for years that you've bought on, you can use that as a selling account and you won't be restricted as much as a brand new account. But if you are brand new, generally it's 10 listings a month. And what happens is eBay basically is vetting you. They want to make sure that you're going to do what you say you're going to do. So if you say, I'm going to ship it within 3 days, then ship it within 3 days. Have good customer service. Make sure you answer all your messages. Things like that. Once they see that you've sold 2 or 3 items and you've gotten them out the door and tracking information is progressing on each one of those items, even if it's delayed in shipping, as long as you get it out the door and your post office scans it. So a lot of times, if you're nervous about those first few ones, I don't do a pickup. I bring it to the post office, ask for a receipt, because then you actually watch them scan it into the system. Some post office pickups, they won't scan it till they get it back to the mail store or the mailbox place, or they'll miss a scan and then it doesn't scan until the next one, and then it looks like you're late. So I would say when you first start your eBay account, just do that. The other thing too is, once you do that and you've maybe sold 4 or 5 items, call them. Because if you can get a hold of eBay and say, hey, if you look, I've got some reseller history, I'm doing really good, can you up my number? A lot of times, just a simple phone call, they'll go back, they'll look at your account, go, hey, look, they're answering all their messages, their listings look great, they're shipping things on time, and they'll bump you up to 25 just because of the phone call. A lot of people wait to see eBay do it on their own time, but eBay's managing thousands and probably hundreds of thousands of accounts, so you're not top on the priority list. So if you give them a call, that will help. So that would be my suggestion for when you're first starting out with eBay.
Okay, hey, thanks for the tip on clearing up the screen. So at least mine cleared up here when I'm watching it.
So back. What did you do?
You click this 3 little buttons up here at the top, and then you can change the quality. Mine was set to the highest quality, so I went to 720p, and
now it's clear.
We're clear.
Clear.
You can see my bright, smiling face. All right, let's see here. Let's see any other thing question-wise. Yeah, they're fixing that. Michelle Brown says, love you guys. Nancy Phil says, I will definitely look for you down in Orlando.
Awesome.
Let's see. Wayne Trading Company says, thanks. And Tina Welch says, awesome. Thank you so much. Okay, so we've gone over Facebook Marketplace. Now, another one. Do you want to talk about? You want to go flea market?
Yeah, let's talk about flea markets. So I love flea markets. I'm a haggler at heart. I love to negotiate. Don't ever try to negotiate with me, because I'm very shrewd with my negotiation.
She's cutthroat, not shrewd. It'd be like $50 on the table. She's like, how about 5?
No, I don't do
She's that lady. Yes, she is.
I might say 10. So this is my thought on negotiating at a flea market when buying. It's my money, so I want to spend it how I want to spend it.
Think Karen.
No, I am not a Karen.
Karen at a flea market that cares nothing about the person that's buying and selling the item.
And I have no problem walking away.
Kind is a relative term. She won't swear at you, but more like Karen.
No,
Karen.
Stop. I've literally had someone chase me down the aisle because I offered them a deal and they said no. And I said, okay, thank you very much. I put the item down and I walked away. I have no problem walking away from a product if it's not the price I want to pay. I knew how much money I could make on that particular product, and so I was willing to spend X amount of dollars. And, if you buy it right, you can make profit. If you don't buy it right, you're just losing your shirt on some of that stuff. So I walked away. They ran down. They caught up to me. They said, okay, deal. And then I ended up getting it for the price I wanted to. Paul's too nice, so he doesn't negotiate. But anyway, so that's the thing with flea markets is be ready to negotiate. Now, there's plenty of people that I pay exactly what they ask because they have it priced right. You know, they've got it priced low enough, or I'll only haggle, or I love to bundle when it comes to flea markets. Like, oh, I'll buy these 3 items for X amount of dollars. And sometimes they'll go for that because they're going to make a larger dollar amount sale and they have to pay for that booth space at a flea market. So they need to make sure they earn enough money to at least cover the cost of their expense of being there. And so I do bundle a lot with that kind of stuff. And so you can just find the most unique things. You guys know your markets a lot of times, and being able to find some of those fun things at flea markets. You'll find people that sell wholesale kind of stuff, which is all brand new product. And then you'll find people that they do the crafty type things where they create the item themselves. I remember these PVC marshmallow guns we got for the kids one year. We went to a flea market where you put the mini marshmallows in and you like basically shoot them at people by blowing into the end of the PVC pipe. So, you know, just all sorts of fun things.
Good wholesome fun.
Good wholesome fun.
So, you know, Heather's talked about finding things, sourcing at a flea market, but also consider renting a booth at a flea market. Now, normally the flea market that's close to us, which I haven't even checked if they're open yet, but they're probably all getting cranked up for the summer or springtime because things are getting looser restrictions due to COVID stuff. A lot of people are getting the vaccine. Excuse me. But consider a few things about selling at a flea market. One, you're going to run into Karens like Heather that are aggressive and they're
shrewd.
Yeah, they're negotiation. So you just have to know your price, and you have to sometimes say, well, no, I can't go that low.
Yep.
Okay, on that. Also, things to consider, it's not free to sell at a flea market. Normally, it's not that much. It's you pay for the table space. You might pay for a 6-foot table. You might pay for a 6-foot table. So think about how much can you put on a 6-foot table.
And make sure you bring extra product to replenish anything that sells as well. That's a biggie.
Good too.
You don't want to ever have an empty table because you're paying for that space.
Right. And sometimes you can pay for a bigger space than that. Sometimes they're outside and sometimes they're inside. At the flea market that we go to, they have both. They have, of course, the outside portion. And
which
then
don't cost as much.
They don't cost as much. Some are just out completely in the elements. Some have a little bit of a roof or a tarp over the top.
You can also sometimes bring your own tent.
Right. And then there's some that are inside. Inside, of course, costs a little bit more money, but still fairly affordable there. And so that's nice. Also, consider this. You're going to have to pack all of your stuff up.
And move it.
And you're going to have to move it down there. You want to get there before anything opens, of course. And they'll tell you you can't arrive before 4 in the morning or whatever the situation is. And then you're going to have to set everything up. And once the sale is over, you got to pack everything down and move it out. We don't usually sell at a flea market. I think we've done one time. It was more of a craft fair.
Yep.
I've done that. Because it's usually Saturday and Sunday. Sometimes it's Friday, Saturday, Sunday, but the big weekend is Saturday, Sunday. And, you know, Sunday's a big day for us in ministry, so of course that eliminates that day for us. But so it's just probably not nearly as worth it. Or the place that we would go to, you kind of buy a package deal. So you buy for Saturday, Sunday. You can't just buy Saturday or you can't just buy Sunday.
One thing I would recommend too when selling at a flea market is you have to talk to people. There have been so many times that I'm interested in an item at a flea market and the person is head in their phone, don't acknowledge that you're there. I meander for a while in their booth and they're not acknowledging me. It is no skin off my back to walk away from that person because I haven't made a connection with them at all.
Yeah.
So I have no problem looking at their prices and going, whatever. But if they engage me, I might be more apt to buy from them just simply because they're willing to put forth the effort to say, hello, what can I help you with? Are you interested in anything? Would you like to make a deal? You know, all of those kinds of things. It's a lot harder for them to leave the booth. Even me, as shrewd as I am, it's a lot harder for me to walk away from that person. I feel a little bit bad because they've engaged me. They're wanting to sell their product. They're being kind to me. They're willing to work with me. And so you have got to open your mouth and say something. So if you are an introvert, you're going to have to step outside your comfort zone and talk to this stranger that you're probably never going to see again, which makes it easier sometimes to talk to them. So I would definitely say you need to have an outgoing person with you. So if you are an introvert, bring, your cousin that, maybe doesn't sell anything, but they're going to say hi to every person who walks by. Bring that person with you, and then when the person's interested in the item, then your cousin can go, hey, so and so, how much is this such and such, and they can help you in that process. But you definitely have to be a little bit more outgoing, or bring someone with you who is outgoing, because that definitely helps.
Okay, questions and comments about flea market. Sunshine Badger says, I love the flea market. We have only one here every Saturday, but sadly it has so many pickers. Candy GJ says, I take exception to the Karen comment. Really, Karen would, wouldn't she?
Yeah.
Just saying. Moving on. Sunshine Badges and More says...
my mom's name is Karen, so I get it.
I know. It's fun messing with her about that, too.
Yeah.
Sunshine Badges and More says, I did luck out last weekend and got a set of 6 Seagull pewter local company cat picture framed.
Nice.
Okay. Let's see. Candy GJ says, you're a stinker, Paul. Sunshine Badge and More says, I suspect ours might get shut down again. Our numbers are creeping up again slowly. Carol S says, we have some product you really want to move on hand. When the Karens want to negotiate, throw in extra product instead of reducing your price. Genius, Carol.
Genius. She's dealt with us before.
Yep. That probably would have thrown Heather, to be honest with you, if she would say, well, I'll tell you what, stick to this price, but I'll throw this in. Yep. Heather would have probably bought on that all day long. Wayne Trading Company says, my save to watch later just got a lot longer. You've got a ton of older videos that are really going to help me break into FBA. Thank you so much. Great. Candy Gigi says, you need to have someone helping you so that you can leave the booth for bio breaks. That's a great point, Canny.
Yes.
So, I think, Heather, you did that by yourself that one time. I was watching the kids.
Yeah, it was really hard because I pretty much had to trust the booth next to me to say, hey, can you watch my stuff to make sure nobody steals it?
Go do a quick bathroom break.
Yeah, I mean, we were in a small enough community in Iowa that I could trust the people that were next to me. But yeah.
I don't know about the flea market where it is now. You leave that booth, there's a chance some of your stuff's walking away. Right. Although probably somebody next to you
might say something.
It would probably jump in because
they have a lot of cameras
they want people to look, watch theirs too. The inside booths had cameras, or the building had cameras, which was, I thought, a pretty good call there too. Let's see here. Lana says, "Are you selling today?"
No, not till tomorrow.
Yeah.
The fire sale will be tomorrow. If you're a patron, that video will be out late tonight. We got a lot on the schedule.
Kelly says, we have been having some great auctions. They are selling whole tables full of goodies for $3 to $4. So now my garage is full of books, DVDs, and VHS tapes. Hundreds, laugh out loud.
So now that she's made all the good buys, she's gonna be a listing fool.
Yep, she's gonna be great in our next little thing here. Wayne says eBay, FBA, Mercari, Poshmark, and something just ain't cutting it anymore. Yeah.
It's hard. Yep.
Lena says, from Michigan, born in Georgia. Sunshine says, I've been buying a bunch of local older maps from a friend, as well as collectibles. His mom was a hoarder of high-end things. Always nice to find those folks. So I've been getting some good things. Michelle says, hey, from the UK.
Awesome. Hi, Michelle.
Sunshine says, my hubby suggested a local online auction place. I have to check it out. We'll see. I'm considering getting a flea market booth to sell a bunch of my earnings, though. That'd be cool. I, film it. That'd be neat, Yeah. Although I think sometimes they have issues with filming at flea markets. It depends on the flea market. Carol S. says, thanks, Paul. Before retiring, used to do the wholesale shows in Canada. as a salesperson whose product happened to be my art. Cool. Clearly, you've got some good pointers there, Carol.
Yep.
Okay, the Phoenix says, I have to leave. Thank you for doing question and answers and answering my questions earlier. Bye.
Awesome.
LNL Unlimited says, Lisa, I currently don't have a store. Is it better for me to get an eBay store?
It depends on how much product you're moving on eBay. eBay, I would say you don't really want to store until you're doing maybe 40 products a month, and that includes relisting the item. So if you have an auction style item and it's listed for 7 days and you relist it 4 times, that's considered 4 listings. So just consider that when setting up your store. But I'd say, the eBay store costs, what is it, $30 or $40 a month? Right. So you basically want to wait until you're doing more than that number.
They actually have a calculator on
they
eBay
do.
for it.
Yep. So if you're interested in getting the store, use the eBay store calculator, and I'll tell you whether or not just a basic subscription or a store would be best for you.
That's one good thing. eBay, when it comes to their stores, they're not trying to rip you off even. They're just like, hey, here's a calculator. Use the calculator. And you can just Google eBay calculator.
Yep. And
then plug in how many items you sell and for what price and everything. And it'll tell you, yes, it's good to have a store. No, it's not worth it to have a store.
Yep.
And that's pretty neat that they actually do that. Let's see. Sunshine Badges More says, no filming allowed in the flea market she goes to. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think that's pretty much the same way at ours. Michelle says, how is the Hook family?
Doing good.
Let's see. Sunshine Badger More says L&L Unlimited. It depends on how much you have to list, but at first they will limit the amount you can sell. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And then, okay, thank you from L&L.
All right. So we've talked about flea market, kind of buying and selling. And then we're going to go over garage sales.
Garage sales.
So it's starting to get sunshiny out, and people are thinking about garage sales. If you live further in the South, you probably are already warm enough to do garage sales.
Probably.
And states are starting to open up. Restrictions are a lot less there. So a garage sale is something that I would suggest. We've done garage sales here in the past. If you just look on my page, I've got some that we actually recorded and just showed snippets of the garage sale, or I sped it up and put some music to it, things like that, for the safety of the customer. Sometimes I didn't want to, get there. I always put a sign saying you're being recorded, just so they know. But, garage sales are a great way to move product that maybe might be lower end product or an oddball piece that you don't want to ship or don't exactly know how to list. So a lot of my $1 and $2 items, I could clearly sell this for $1 and $2. But if you start looking into fees on platforms to sell it on, it's totally not worth it. Right. And so utilizing a garage sale is great because then people just basically come in, pay you cash, and move on. And so you're not paying any fees, anything like that. There's lots of people that will set up garage sales in various different places. Now, the one big thing is you need to have an area that's going to get traffic or a way to advertise your garage sale so that people know about it. Utilizing Facebook marketplace sites is great for letting people know that you're having a garage sale. Definitely the traditional, let's put out the big neon signs so people can read them. Don't do a sign this big. Doesn't work. Get the big board, have your kids, you draw the letters and have your kids color in the letters, however you want to do it. Or they make stickers now for the letters. That's what I use because I'm lazy.
and if your town does a town-wide garage sale, that's a perfect time to do one yourself because they've already kind of put the word out there. In our area, almost every little town has a town-wide garage sale. Yep. I don't know if that's just something Midwest does. Maybe it is, but so in our town, not last year, they didn't officially have one last year, but there were towards the end of the summer a lot more garage sales.
Yep.
Just people were wearing masks is all the really difference was. But there might be 26 in our little town of 2,700 people garage sales that day instead of your one.
Right.
So it's helpful. More people drive around.
Yeah, and if you do have, let's say you live maybe out in the country or not in a very high populated area, you could maybe consider doing a garage sale with a friend who maybe lives in town or it lives in a larger population center. So that's an option too. Say, hey, I'll bring a crock pot of supper if you let me do a garage sale at your house, that kind of thing, just so that you can get more traffic if you don't live in an area that a garage sale works. But then, so I've talked a little bit about selling things at a garage sale. I would definitely recommend, as far as selling, get a pricing gun. It makes pricing for a garage sale ridiculously fast.
Goodness.
Like, you can just $1, $1, $1, $1 on everything.
Pricing gun, we mean like the old time things you used to see at the grocery store. Where you click it and it, what is it? It's like a little sticker.
Yep.
You can change the price and... Man, that was so helpful that year that we did.
Super helpful.
Instead of writing every last thing, it was just, okay, these are all $1. Click to the $1. Boom, 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 all $1. It was so much better.
And we always did like, this whole table is $1. This whole table is $5. This whole table, but then we could, and we had a tote that we always sat next to us that while the garage sale was going, we priced things, because you're going to have long swaths of time where nobody's in there. So price things as you're sitting there.
We just kept filling the tables, and people kept coming back because of that. We had this two ladies came back, four times.
And they bought something every time they came.
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
And then they told their friends.
Yeah.
So that was awesome.
Amazing.
And so that's like as far as setting up. Now, it does take us probably a full day to set up for the garage sale. But the amount of money that we make in that daytime is really nice. So having some things available to sell for garage sale is great. Now, you want to kind of address you can do some questions, or you like to buy at garage sales.
Okay, buying at garage sales is fun to do also. Again, I try not to be rude to people because they're my neighbors that I'm going to buy at garage sales. But quite often, I don't even have to haggle at a garage sale. The prices are just so low, especially if you've sold for a long time. Boy, they priced this Walkman at $5. It's going to sell on Amazon probably for $150. Gladly pay their $5.
He does the majority of the buying at garage sales just because
I like it. Heather's gone before.
I have a shrewd bone, so I have a hard time being
nice.
nice.
She can't help but haggle on every last thing.
I can't help but haggle, and so a lot of times I'll just be like, that's a good thing, why don't you go ahead and handle it? And I let him do the buying because he's nicer than me.
Yeah, sometimes. But I always have the Amazon seller app so I can quickly scan if it has a barcode, anything new. And I kind of somewhat try to do that on the sly, but most people have their phones out nowadays anyway, so it's not as big of a deal. So usually I'll scan that. And then, if you get into buying and selling, half the time you already know this is worth far more money, or I can make 10, 15 bucks on this item, So, and the nice thing about it is it's the liquidation. You never quite know what you're going to, when you unbox it, even if you have a manifest, you don't know what condition it really is in. And then there are times that the manifest is wrong. But, when you go to a garage sale, especially when you're starting out, you get to look at the item. You get to inspect the item. You can spend 30 minutes staring at that item before you buy it. And quite often you get really good deals because, again, most people are just trying to get it out of their house.
Yep.
So, good deal. Okay, let's see here. Questions. Let's see here. Sunshine says, I also seem to have a ridiculous number of free listings on eBay.
Yep.
Not sure why I get those, but it does. Sunshine Badge more speaking about garage sales. I can hardly wait. It's coming.
Yes.
Andrew Merritt asks a great question. Hi, first time watching. As a reseller, what is your bottom line profit for listing an item on eBay? Now, I would say that varies from reseller to reseller, and it varies in the reselling season you're in. Like when we were exclusively selling on eBay, I don't think there was a low dollar amount.
As long as we could make back our money after fees. So eBay runs 20-ish% on fees. And that's when we used to take into consideration the PayPal, which has changed on eBay. But we kind of always keep that in the back of our mind that you're going to pay 15 to 20% on fees depending on what it is. I think now for us on eBay, we don't like to sell anything that's less than $10. Yeah. Unless it's a multiple item. So like, for instance, we had these little appliance light bulbs that we had probably 5 boxes and there were 6 bulbs in each box. So we had 60 light bulbs. I'm okay making $2 or $3 a light bulb every time I have to ship one because it's one listing and it's self-renewing. And so there's really no effort once I make that first listing. And so to me, yeah, I only made $2 or $3, but you multiply that by 60, and that's definitely over our $10 threshold. So that's kind of where I'm at with it. I like to make at least $10 on eBay because you have to take into consideration creating the listing and shipping the item.
Honestly, I don't think we have anything listed where we're not going to make at least 20 now.
Yeah.
Because of our fire sales. So
we sell the majority of those $10 items on our fire sales because we can invoice through hookedonpickin.com and we're paying 2% fees rather than 20% fees. And so, but if you don't have your own website or a way to get people to your website, eBay is a great platform for that because you don't have to worry about customer acquisitions. Lots of people already go there.
Yeah. And then, Andrew, just think about it. It's your business. It's your site, your eBay store.
Yep.
If you only want to make $2, make $2.
Yeah.
You barely make your money back, barely make your money back. Whatever you want to do.
Listen, $2 is $2. I don't care which way you.
Yeah. Just sometimes you make a bad buy and you're just like, I just want to sell it.
I just got to offload it. If you spent $35 on an item and now you have to sell it for $25, that's a bummer.
Yeah.
But that's still $25 you got to get back so that you can buy the next thing.
Yep. Okay, Sunshine Badgemore says, we have highway sales, laugh out loud, on some old country road highways, neighborhood sales. Yep.
Nice.
Candy GG says, Sunshine, I get that as well, and I don't do collectibles regularly, can sell 100 items a month with specials for 200 items on eBay.
Cool.
Let's see, they're kind of talking back and forth there a little bit there. Andrew says, I found at garage sales, tell people what you do. It can lead to great connections for inventory.
I agree.
It has worked many times for me. Yes.
Don't lie. Like if they ask you, if they see that you're scanning stuff or ask, oh, why are you buying that? Because some people just want to chit chat. Tell them, say, I'm a reseller. I buy things to help support my family and I flip these things online. Some people might get irritated with you. I think probably 1 out of every 10 gets irritated that's what you're doing with the item. But I'll look at them and go, hey, if you want to keep it, you probably could flip it on eBay yourself if you want to. And then you're making a connection and they can chat with you about it and you've just built a relationship there. And so don't try to hide it. That would be the best thing. Just let them know what you're doing. And that is a great point. You can get some connections.
Yeah, Kenny's saying the same thing. Nice point, Andrew. Joe says, I think you need to address the occasional loss leaders to help boost or stimulate sales. It's a small price to pay when selling lower cost items. Sure.
Yeah.
This helps when you have stale items you want to eliminate if sales have lagged. I think, the longer you resell, you do start figuring that. We do bundles is to try to be, if you will, our loss leader. Yes, we make less amount of profit anytime that we bundle.
There's multiple times that we will even try to bundle and it still won't sell.
Yeah.
And so we donate a lot. You need to have a place to go with those items, especially if you buy liquidation, because you're always going to end up with 10% of that pallet or case that you're like, I have no idea what to do with this because it's just not worth anything. So donating a lot, always donate in good condition. If it's trash, throw it away. Don't donate a broken toy to somebody. That's ridiculous. But yeah, donating and having places to go with some of the things is always a good plan to have.
Tina says, if you buy items for resale, either through liquidation or retail arbitrage, should I advise in the yard sale listing that I would be selling so they know all items being sold maybe $1 or $2? I mean, if you're making your advertisement for your yard sale, if I understand your question right, and you know that all your items are going to be $1 or $2, sure, you can put that on there.
Mm-hmm.
People might go there for that purpose. But if they get there and not all your items are $1 or $2, that's kind of lame.
Right.
So usually just if you know everything's going to be $1, of course, put it. Hey, everything's $1.
Right.
We've done that before. That's kind of fun.
Yep.
Easier on your head for math, too.
Yeah.
Silly Giggle says, should I start with my own website first or eBay?
So I always give this caveat to your own website. How will people know how to go there? Where will you get your customers from? Now, there's various different ways that you can bring customers to your website, but that's the hardest thing about having your own personal website. I didn't even start my website till I had been on YouTube for at least 2 years and already had a following of people. But you may be very prevalent in the yard sale sites in your area, on reseller platforms, all of those things, and you can advertise your website there. Maybe on Facebook, maybe on Twitter, various different places like that. If you already have a public social media presence, then you can advertise your website. So that's the biggest thing about a website is how are you going to get people driven to your site? Yes, you can sign up for a Google, things like that so that you're, searchable on Google and stuff, but still people have to search for you. And if you don't have a recognizable name, then there's no reason people are going to go see you. So eBay is nice because it's already got the customer base there. It's this basically the second biggest reselling platform that still is today. I know eBay has been around for a long time and it's a bit of a dinosaur in comparison to Amazon, but it is probably the second most shopped on website as far as reselling. So those are the things you kind of got to weigh. I'm not saying that having your own website is a bad idea. I definitely think it's beneficial because the fees are so low. You're not going to deal with that. So you can maybe build a social media base, build a social media following, and then start putting your website together and then have people find it there.
Great. Let's see. Andrew says, I agree. This is how I have been going about it. I need to make around $15 or so, unless it is a large lot of the same item selling on eBay. Andrew, I think you're right on track there. You're going to do great at this. But then, just consider, you probably thought about my time invested in listing the item, and storing the item and all of that. You want to make it worth your while. You've already gone out and picked it and so on and so on. But occasionally, you priced it where you were going to make 30, then you had to walk it down to 25, then you had to walk down to 20, then you had to walk down to 15, and it still ain't selling.
Sometimes it's good to make some money back on it.
It happens. Honestly, it's like the market sets the price. Yep. For whatever reason, people did not want to spend their money for that item. Mm-hmm. It happens. Okay, let's see here. Wayne Trading Company says, after fees and shipping, I lost a little money on a backpack I shipped today, but it's gone. Been here too long. Yeah, we've done that before too.
And space is a commodity after a while when you get in the reselling business. If you've ever seen the video where we show the backside of our warehouse, space is a commodity for us.
All right, let's see here. Sunshine says, still a giggles. It depends on how you are trying to sell. You need to have a way people to find your website.
Yeah, kind of basically what I was talking about.
Andrew says, bundles are great for getting rid of dead inventory. Yes, and we're starting to find that even bundling items that are like-minded, like when we do our fire sales, it's not even dead inventory. It's just there might be lower dollar items, but bundled together, man, people like that.
Well, the thing that I like about bundles too is, yes, I probably could sell those 10 items that were in that bundle box individually for the exact same amount of money as what the bundle costs, or maybe even more. Yeah. But you have to remember, I'm shipping 10 times instead of one time. And so that's something like when I make my bundles, like he said, it's not dead inventory.
We're going to try an experiment, and we'll kind of let you see the experiment live on YouTube here. We're going to try to do Pickin's boxes.
Yeah.
Now, this actually wasn't an original idea of ours. This was an idea from one of our buyers from the fire sale. She started calling them the Pickin's boxes, and she would buy the most random stuff, right? Because there's pretty random stuff on our fire sales.
Right.
And she says it's just fun that she and her daughter go through them, and she calls them the Pickin's boxes. So that kind of light bulb went off in my head to go, I wonder if other people would like to do that. So still, we are going to have a category called the Mysteries of Mysteries, just random stuff. Nothing will be broken. We'll discard all broken stuff, but it can be random items there. But
we'll debut them tomorrow on the fire sale.
Yes.
So they're going to be, the reason why we have this stack of boxes here is they're going to be boxes of various different things, but like-minded categories, like he said.
Right. So far, I think we've got the knives categories. Now, honestly, when I was putting them together, and Heather and I worked on this, I guess it was yesterday. That if we sold all the knives individually, we technically would make more money.
Yep.
We would. But if we can move, let's say, 5 knives versus, like she was just saying, that's one package that we're shipping and we're still making a certain amount of profit. Or is it package 5 items?
Right.
You know?
So to us, it's the trade-off. Like, we find time is much more of a commodity that we can't come up with. You know what I mean? So I'd rather make, less money shipping 1 package rather than 5. And so, for instance, you want me to show kind of an example?
Oh, we can on the fire sale. Well, yeah, sure, if you want to.
Okay, well, so for example, which one is this?
Which one? That one's the far one up there. So she's going to try to grab a box.
Okay, so this is a box that we're going to have $25, $50, and $75 ones. Now, I did put a video out about this that will go out this weekend, Sunday. So if you're interested in the Pickin boxes, we're actually going to debut them on the fire sale, but then
we don't even have them live on the store right now.
No, we don't have them live on the store, but we'll make them live by Sunday. And you'll be able to buy the Pickin boxes. So if you aren't able to make it to the fire sale or missed out on the Pickin boxes on the fire sale, you'll be able to buy them live on the store after that. So, like, this will be a $25 knife box. And what would you get? You basically would get this color wood Bowie knife, which you can buy off the store right now. You get the famous farmer's toothpick. You'd get the Little Arrows throwing knife. Remember, this is all for $25. You would get, and these would be, okay, you will get something comparable to this. So it might be the Stars and Stripe knife, or it might be another $10 knife that we normally sell. And then, that was it for this box. So you would get all 4 of these for $25, which if we sold individually would be more than $25.
Yeah, we would make more if we sold them individually. But if we could sell, like in the bundle aspect, boom, you've sold 4 items, you've still made profit, and now you keep moving through your inventory pretty quickly. So So that's the whole.
So we'll have a $25, $50, and a $75 category, which we'll have on the fire sale. And as the boxes move up, you're going to get more stuff. But we're going to have boys and girls toys. We're going to have a home and kitchen box.
Yeah.
And then, like he said, we will have one, which is going to be my favorite, the Mystery of Mysteries.
Sure.
So we'll have that one available as well. And that's just going to be just various different products that don't really fit in any particular category, but they're all going to be in good working condition. We're not going to sell junk. No. No salvage
like all the knives are brand new.
Yeah,
that's what we want.
Most everything will be brand new.
I'm trying to work with different wholesalers, and that's helping me to kind of think through, okay, if I buy this at this amount, I could offer it for even cheaper if I make a bundle. And, it's an experiment we're trying. So we'll let you know. Let's see here.
And watch that video this weekend, because I will have the listing on the store live. And then also, if you get a chance to watch the fire sale tomorrow, where I think we're going to do toys and knives tomorrow.
Yes. Wayne Trading Company says there's another reseller I watch who has recently been moving stale eBay inventory to Facebook Marketplace and selling them. Yep.
Awesome. Yeah.
Just kind of a new market, kind of sometimes will help. Joe says, can you explain what a loss leader is for those who are new here? They may not know or be afraid to ask. Okay, a loss leader. Joe, I'm not exactly sure what you mean by loss leader, but if I understand the concept, a loss leader is something that gets people in the door that you technically lose money every time that you sell it. Walmart says they do it. I work for Walmart. Walmart never loses a dime on any item that they sell. If they tell you that they do, they're a liar. So even on their clearance aisle, the markup is huge because their buying power is so massive, right?
They buy millions of products.
So the loss leader is difficult in that concept if I've got your concept right. You may have a different definition for that. It's harder for a smaller reseller because If you're selling on an online platform, people don't need to come into your store. So you're not driving them to your store by a lost leader. So that is something to think about. This doesn't help me necessarily. In a yard sale, for resellers, a lot of times you're just getting back your money, of inventory that was difficult to sell to begin with there too. So it is a concept. It's not a bad concept. It's something to think about. And sometimes you do sell items at a loss just to get what you can out of it. I think that's across the board for any reseller. Yep. But if I got your definition wrong, throw it in the comments there, and
we'll correct it.
Yeah, it's not a bad idea there. Tina says, sorry, it said they may not be $1 or $2 left allowed. Okay. Jana Hook says, Amazon, eBay, and then hooked on Pickin. Don't know. Mom's just happy. Andrew says, as you guys know, for the new resellers, be open-minded when buying liquidation pallets and lots. Some can be horrible, but some can be great. Yes.
Yeah, it's all over the map depending on which liquidator you buy from.
You start figuring it out. Sunshine Badgermore says, ooh, I like experiments. Linda Miller says, good afternoon, Pastor Paul and Heather. Sunshine Badgermore says, rats, I have students tomorrow afternoon. Ugh. Andrew says, what is your fire sales?
Oh, good question. So if you're new to the live stream chat, our fire sales are right here on Hooked on Pickin YouTube channel at noon Central Standard Time, which is right now, tomorrow. Every Friday we sell live to everybody. If you are curious at how it works, go ahead and just check my channel and just look for Hooked on Pickin fire sale, live fire sale, and you'll be able to find it. But we usually sell anywhere from 75 to upwards to about 120 items at a very fast pace, and it's all really fun stuff in good working condition that we sell. And you pretty much, everything is a fixed price. It's not like an auction. Everything is a fixed price, but you have to be the first one to jump in, and basically you guys have to get first dibs on the items.
It'll have a number on it, like number 23. So if you say sold number 23 and you're the first one to type that, you get it. You just purchase the item.
It's a lot of fun, and it's a good way for us to sell a lot of products, but it is a very long day for us. Usually Fridays, they start the fire sales at noon. We set up the night before, and it usually takes quite a few hours to do that. And then we invoice for probably the next 6 to 8 hours. So it's a very busy day, but we move a lot of product very fast. And it's a unique way of selling that works for us in our platform. And so, yeah, we would love to see you there on the fire sale. If you are going to buy from the fire sale, make sure I have your contact info. Send it to Hooked on Pickin. You'll see that logo, hookedonpickin.com, no G on the end of that Pickin. And just say, hey, I'd like to buy on the fire sale. Here's my street address and my YouTube name if it's different from your regular name.
Pam Pilgrim says, mystery box is very clever. Andrew says, I'm sure all resellers have gone through this. How do you guys get out of the not wanting to list rut?
Oh, I never want to list.
I yell at her. No. Don't yell at your
He
spouse.
Strongly encourages me.
No.
The biggest thing, as far as
it is hard.
The not wanting to list, right? Everybody goes through it. Yeah. It's a daily for me.
No matter what platform it's
right, it doesn't matter. If you're a reseller, you don't want to list. It's the most tedious thing to do. So the biggest thing that I would say is make yourself a goal list. Whether it's a weekly goal list or a daily goal list, I'm going to list 2 things today. Make it reasonable. Don't just say, I'm going to list 50 things in 1 week. You may be able to do that, but if you don't reach your goal, you're going to be discouraged. And then give yourself a small little teensy reward when you get it done. Like, I'm going to list 10 items today. And if I list 10 items today, I'm going to eat a candy bar. Right. Something simple. So you got to kind of reward yourself because you don't have a boss breathing down your neck making you do it.
Yeah. The excitement of going out to a new place and picking, or maybe you just are a thrift store junkie. I know a guy that he rewards himself by going to this thrift shop after he's listed 5 things that morning. So that keeps him, he wants to go do the fun thing, but he gets those 5 things listed. And I thought that was pretty smart.
So it may not be thrifting. Maybe your fun thing is something else.
Yep.
So don't reward yourself until you accomplish the tasks on your list.
Right. Let's see. Lisa says, the Stars and Stripes knife is awesome. It is.
It's available on the store right now if you want it.
Yep.
But if you want to buy it in a bundle.
Yep.
That's an option.
Kelly Helm says, that's so awesome. Lots of people, including me, love surprises. That's what I was thinking too. Really, the mystery factor helps us, because what I've been finding is wholesalers that I've been purchasing the items from sometimes run out of that particular item. So I'm like, oh man, that was selling good, but now they don't have any more, and I have no clue where to find it again. So if I could have something where I could keep, okay, that item is out, but I can replace it with another like dollar item to put in a mystery box, it's helpful to us as resellers, but it's also kind of fun for other people to go, ooh, cool. Every time I, get a box, it's different. And that's what I want to make it. Every box is slightly different. Some of it will be similar, of course, but almost every box that you get, there's something different and new in the box.
Well, and the big thing with this mystery box too is I want it, I don't want it to be, if you buy it all in the store, it's the same price. You actually get more for your money if you buy it this way.
Right.
And we're going to put good quality product in every box.
Yep. Let's see here. Elizabeth Brown says, hello, guys. Andrew says, somewhat of an example of loss leaders is your grocery store with their gas points gets you in the store to buy items. You are paying for the gas just in a different way.
Right.
Yeah. Sunshine Badges Moore says, it just started snowing. I didn't think it was supposed to snow today. Elizabeth Brown says, fire sales are fun. I don't have to stay in the stores very long because I buy things from the fire sales.
Nice.
Great. Andrew Merritt says, sounds fun. Elizabeth Brown says, fire sales. Rose Troy says, always look forward to fire sales. Gigi Andrews says, there's always great items in the fire sale and super fast shipping. That's great to hear.
Good.
Tish Porter says, even if I don't buy, I love to watch the fire sales. Wayne Trading Company says, I'm in that rut right now. Yeah.
You can do it, Wayne.
You can do it.
We believe in you.
Get off your butt and list something, Wayne.
See?
All right, moving on. It sounds something like that, but in a more gentle tone.
Shelley
says, I have no problem letting people walk. It all works out in the end. I will talk price, but no lowballing. I'm already way more than fair. Yeah.
Yeah.
And Paulette says, hello, everyone, and we need to get off the stream.
Yes, so we're going to jump off. We'll see you guys all tomorrow on the fire sale. If you're a patron, make sure you be on the lookout for that sneak peek video. It'll probably be out more like 10 or 11 p.m. tonight because we've got lots of things going on this afternoon. Tomorrow's fire sale is going to be an invoice either tomorrow or Saturday, just because sports have kicked up and I sometimes can't get all the invoices done because of sports. So, anyway, thank you so much for all of the Q&As and the thumbs up on the videos. You guys are amazing. And thanks for all the extra advice for those of you who knew things that I didn't know on this reseller chat. And hopefully you guys learned something on this chat. And if you want to learn more or want to be fast-tracked, feel free to buy one of my consultation phone calls. You lead the conversation on the platforms you want to sell on, and I fill your head full of a bunch of information so you can get selling quickly and kind of avoid all the mistakes that I've already made in the last 10 years on reselling. So hopefully you guys had fun. Thanks so much for being here. And of course, remember in the end, Jesus wins.